Hi guys, and welcome back to Stitch by Stitch Recovery. I'm Harriet and this is Stitch by Stitch Recovery. I've had a super busy week, which is why this video is a little bit later than I usually do them. Usually I like recording on Friday, but today is Sunday in Australia and well, I found some time to record. I do have my partner in the other room and the cat with me, so she will probably make an appearance or be naughty, so we'll have to be told off. But we'll see how we go with this. My week was so busy, so busy. We had 2 days at the hospital, like, how many appointments? But I think there were upwards of about 10 appointments that I had over those 2 days. It was just crazy, and one of them was a bone marrow biopsy, so I get the results from that tomorrow afternoon to see if the leukemia has come back or to see if we can go ahead with the bone marrow transplant. I'm hoping that we can go ahead with the bone marrow transplant because I don't know what the other options are yet, basically. But I'm pretty confident it'll be a bone marrow transplant. Nova! Nova! She's being naughty. Oh well, she'll come over soon. I did get some stitching done. I thought I wouldn't get any stitching done, but I did get quite a bit done, which is great. It wasn't just busy because of the hospital. My mum took me to the Melbourne show, which is on every year, and it's like your shows, I guess, really. It's run by the Royal Agricultural Society of Victoria, and they seem to be adding more and more rides and kiddie stuff, but they still have the arts and crafts pavilion, and they have the horses doing show stuff. I used to ride horses. It doesn't sound like it, but I'm pretty familiar with horses. So we went to watch the World Cup qualifier for the show jumping, and they were jumping jumps that were 160 meters plus, which is almost as tall as me. Like, it would come up to about here on me. I'm 163, 164. And then, you know, the jumps are like a meter 20 wide. So it's pretty incredible what they're doing. I could never do that. Absolutely never. My partner's mother has been down, which is super great. She has been very helpful. I love having her down, and I'm pretty sure my partner does too. She's cooked us dinner a couple of times, which I'm very grateful for, and she made me a few presents, which I'll show you later on, which I'm super excited about. And she stitches. She finished her Nora Corbett Peony Fairy, which looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Sorry. We had a very early morning this morning to participate in an event for something that we're both involved in. And that was really fun. Met up with some friends we hadn't talked to for a while and got everything that we needed to get done, which was good. Other than that, what else did I have? I have 2 separate things of notes because I started writing one and then went, this isn't in the right book, so I put them into the proper book and then kept going. I made a new Stitchy friend. I can't remember her username on YouTube, but her name is Magda, and she is absolutely fabulous. She's so cool. She's so fun. We met up on Friday morning for a coffee, and she's just so cool. I can't wait to have like stitchy days or stitchy afternoons with her. It'll be so fun. And she got me a stitchy gift, and that was really amazing. So I'll show that a bit later on, but I really want to start it, which means I have to get something finished. We know how this works now. I think that's all for the intro. Oh, right, yes. So, Bendy Stitchy Michelle Garrett, you said in a comment that my name has been on everyone's lips recently. I would really like to know who's been mentioning me, because I would like to thank them like in videos and personally, well not personally, but I'd like to go and leave a comment on their video and just generally say hi, because as far as I'm aware, the only person who's mentioned me is Julie from Gulf Coast Stitches. As of this moment, as of like 12:30 on Sunday afternoon for Australia time. I could not translate that, but I could, you know, calculate what that is in all of the other times, but I'm not going to. So yeah, guys, I would love it if you let me know down in the comments section how you found me. Like, was it through Facebook? Was it through Instagram? Was it through a YouTube search? Did someone recommend you? There's Nova. I'd basically like to go and check them out, because I'm always willing to watch more Flosstube. It's amazing. And I would like to, you know, thank them for their shout out on their video. That's basically, yeah. So, how'd you find me? That's it. I'm tired today, so I'm referring to my notes a lot more than usual. The next one is very important, and I just want to thank everyone. I think I thank everyone in every one of my videos, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being so supportive, so amazing. You guys have been wonderful with all of the comments, all of the likes, all of the subscribing, and it really means the world to me when you comment and when you like and subscribe. I'm trying to comment back to everyone as much as I can. Sometimes I'm a couple of days late or a day late, but I'm trying to respond to everyone that I can. Just because new stitchy friends, they're always amazing to have. Now, what shall we do? We shall do, should we do whips? Should we do I'm staring at everything in front of me going, I don't know what to do. I think what we'll do first is take a drink, calm down, because for some reason today I'm quite nervous, and then we'll go into whips. How does that sound? I think that sounds really good. If you're new to me, the reason why I don't look directly into the camera is because I record on my iPad and I can see all of me moving here, but the camera's like there. And I really struggle to not get distracted, basically. Ever since chemo, I can't concentrate on one thing. And I don't generally do direct eye contact very often. Anyway, it makes me feel awkward and uncomfortable. But whips. Onto stitching stuff, basically. Whips. This is a great video so far. So the main thing I've worked on this week has been Gardenia by Nora Corbett. I will insert a picture of what she looked like last time you saw her here. Hopefully that's been done. And this is what she looks like now. Please ignore all of the excess fabric. That's upside down. So this is what she looks like now. I have completed that colour. There is no more of that colour. in the pattern whatsoever. There's also a mistake. There's a dot on one of my threads where I need to put a bead. So I will be putting a bead there once I'm up to beading. And I say that confidently because guess who beaded this week? Yay! I'm so excited. So my partner's mother-in-law obviously stitches, and she was doing beading on her peony. Peony. And she waved me over and she's like, now, come and watch. You're gonna see that it's not that big a deal. And I was like, okay, like I think yeah, sure. And so she sat down and she showed me exactly what she does and how she does it and how to start it, because I hadn't figured out that you could just run the thread underneath. Hey, that's my beanie. Sorry. I hadn't figured out that you could just run the thread underneath other threads to start it. I thought you had to start it strangely, I guess. So she showed me how to bead, and then she said, would you like to put in a bead? And I was like, no, this is your piece. I don't want to muck it up. And as I said before, it looks amazing. I didn't do any messy stitches on it, so it looks absolutely immaculate and really nice. I think I'm going to have to stitch her one day, but we'll see. I have so many others to stitch. But yeah, that's where I'm up to on Gardenia, and she does have a lot of fabric. I think when it comes time to move the Q-snap, I will trim the fabric. She is on 32 count Murano Rain Stops Play by Chromatic Alchemy as well. I think I've said that several times, but just in case. And now I'm not afraid to bead her when it comes up to it, so we're all good there. Sorry about that probably quite abrupt cut. I did something very unladylike and you did not need to see that or my 5-minute giggling fit about it. And sorry about that one too. Apparently I'm so immature that yeah, no, we don't need to go there. The other stitching project I worked on where I was stitching was my Heaven and Earth Designs Western Express. I probably won't put in a picture of where it was last time because I only had about 200 stitches in and I don't have that much more. I think I stitched on this for a night just to say that I had stitched on it. This is one of the gram guards that I received. It's really nice. So I had this bit here already, and then I stitched that bit there. It's all in the one colour. It's all tent stitch. It's rather messy, I know, but I needed to get something done on it, so I think I spent 2 hours doing that. I need to get a move on with this. The good thing about this is that's how wide the page will be. So that's a page width. So at least I know that much. And then I just continue down the page. And then, as I alluded to before, I worked on the beading for my Nora Corbett H. Letters from Nora Corbett, letter H. So I've done a colour conversion on every thread in this. So every thread has been changed. I'll just take the pattern that I've been marking off. And here she is. Where's my paper? So the threads are cottage garden threads. I think that's right. They're an over-dyed thread, and I've basically, you can't really see the sparkle of the beads. There's something in the way, so I have to like put it over. Oh, you can kind of. But there are the beads. Instead of the flowers, I've kind of tried to make it look like she's got water droplets or something, like bits of water coming out of her hand, and she's enchanting them and blowing them away. I'm not too thrilled with the darker blue beads. I like the green ones and the light blue ones, but I'm not too thrilled with the darker blue. But they are growing on me, and I don't want to have to take them out, so they will stay in. But yeah, I'm loving her. I'm loving her so much. I realized I have some backstitch to do around these things there. There and there, but that shouldn't take too long. It is taking me longer to bead than I thought it would, but I'm enjoying the process. It's going, I think it's going well so far, apart from the line not being straight. Yeah. And the lighting's not great today. It's very overcast and dull in Melbourne today. But tomorrow is going to be, no, Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be 24 degrees and sun. So it's going to be amazing. The Grime Guard was made by my mother-in-law, and it's just got little dinosaurs on it. It's so cute. We took a trip to Spotlight in Australia, which I guess would be like your Joann's or your Hobby Lobby. It might be like your Hobby Lobby. Look at the little blue one. He's so cute. And I picked out some fabric, and she made me some Grime Guards with them. The beads I am using for this, I'm just gonna prop it up there, are for the green ones around that will be all around the flowery things. I'm using 3035. For the ones all in through here in her hair and will be down on the bottom of her dress, I'm using 0347. And I thought they were more blue, but they're more purple sheen, and I think that's why I don't like them so much. Purple's just not my colour. And then for in through here, I am using 0202026. Yeah, that one. And then I just have a bead soup thing that I got the two charm things out of. So yeah. Now this is the Q-snap that Stargazer was in. But I do have, just so I could have the whole thing and not have to move the Q-snap as I beaded. So I do have an 11 by 11 Q-snap free, and I think I'm going to put Stargazer back in it and work on her for the majority of this week as I work on Gardenia. But we'll see. I do want to get more stitching done on the Hade. So they're what I worked on. I did actually get quite a bit done, considering I didn't get much time to stitch whatsoever. Trusty notebook. So my next thing that I suppose that we should move on to haul. So we might do gifts first. So, as I mentioned, I made a new stitchy friend. Magda, you're awesome. I look forward to you stitching heaps. But not only is she awesome, and cool and fantastic. But she gifted me Fairy Moon. And it's an original photo, so there's lots of glare. There we go. She gifted me Fairy Moon. So as soon as I get Stargazer done, I'm going to stitch Fairy Moon. Because the more I look at this piece, the more I love her. She's just gorgeous. And I know she's a lot of white stitching, but that doesn't really scare me. I will do her on the same 18 count fabric as Stargazer is on. Just because I want them to match. And I kind of want to face her around the other way, so she's looking this way instead of this way. But we'll see if I'm that good at translating patterns, I guess. We did have a discussion. Oh, yeah. We had a discussion about it, and we came to, or I had a discussion with my mother-in-law. My brain's so bad. I had a discussion with someone about how I would transpose her, I guess is the word. And I think if I took a photo of the pattern and then I put that into the computer and then I used the PDF reader or Adobe. I'm not good with computers. And reversed the photo, then it might be an easier way to do that. So I'm super excited to get started on her. I can't wait. I just have to get Stargazer done first, which is why I need to stitch on Stargazer, basically. If you guys haven't noticed, I am completely obsessed with Mirabilia and Nora Corbett. Like, she is a magician. She's amazing. She's so good at designing cross stitch, and like, she's an artist. She's a proper artist. To be coming up with designs like those, I can't even put it into words how much I like her artwork. Where am I going with this? Oh, that's right. So I was watching a video by the Crafty Kitten this week, and in it, I think it's her newest Flosstube. Pretty sure it's her newest Flosstube that she just put out, or she put out a couple of days ago now. But in it, she asked if you could only stitch on one thing and everything else in, like, every other designer or pattern in the world disappeared, what would it be? And for me, the designer would be Nora Corbett. Well, because you get Nora Corbett and Mirabilia at the same time. But yeah, if I could only stitch one designer for the rest of my life, it would be her. And then if I could only stitch one pattern for the rest of my life, it would be Stargazer. Just because of what she means to me and how much she means to me. And she's just beautiful. So I really need to get her out and stitch on her before I go into hospital. I have got the dates for the bone marrow transplant and all the treatment stuff to like when that's starting. So from the 16th of October I will be in hospital for quite a while. I'm trying to figure out if it's feasible to do videos from hospital, but I don't know if I'll be stitching, so we'll see what happens. It might be that I record a short one and then get my partner to take it home and upload them. He knows I do this. He's recorded YouTube videos for various games before, so he knows how to edit and do everything. He's the one that showed me how to do everything. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. They do have free Wi-Fi in the ward that I'll be in. It's not available throughout the whole hospital, but in the ward that I'm in, we do have it. And so I can keep up with Flosstube and comments and stuff, but I won't be able to upload anything. I'm also going to be quite sick, so I don't know if I will be able to, or even want to film a video. When I go back to my first Flosstube, I look so gaunt and tired, and now like I've put on some weight so my face is all rounded out and I've got fluff everywhere, and like I don't have enough hair to be comfortable, but I've probably got about 1 centimetre of hair on my head, all over my head, which it's going to come back and then it's all going to go away, and I will be very sad, but it'll come back, which I'm ecstatic for. The signs are good, at least. So the next gift that I've got or received is a knitting gift, and it's this awesome beanie that my mum gave me, and that's pretty true to life. It's making me look all yellow and washed out, but that colour's pretty good. It's like this dark navy grey with some navy buttons that I've sewn on. And guys, for my mum to have knitted this for me, my mum hasn't knit in, I can't remember my mum ever knitting. Like, I can't remember my mum ever being a crafty person. She's always been a very work-orientated person. So to have her knit this for me and have it come out, like it's great. The stitches are even. My eye is very untrained, but the stitch, and don't look at the buttons. I sewed them on, so that like would just hide them. But like, I don't think she understands how much I love this hat. And it's slightly big, but I actually like that it's slightly big because it fits over my ears really well. So, how do I put it on? That way. And it's going to look funny because I've got my other hat on. But like, oh, I know what to do. Oh, please. There we go. But look how fantastic it looks. It's so comfortable, and the pattern is supposed to have a little bit of extra stuff up there, just so you can like squish it down and mold it to your head. But it's so comfortable, it fits over my ears and even gives them room to breathe. Like, it's just amazing. And she just picked it up and did it. We were in a knitting store, because after Christmas, when I get better, the two things that I want to start are sewing and knitting. I want to be able to make my own project bags, because it's just so expensive buying them and then getting them sent to Australia. So I want to make my own project bags and gram guards when it comes to it. But I also want to start knitting because I love woolen things, and like, I love this beanie. But Mum and I were in a knitting store in Williamstown, and it's this gorgeous little shop, walls just lined with all sorts of wool and all sorts of stuff I don't understand. And Mum picked up a pattern and was like, oh, I could knit this for you. Do you want me to knit it for you? Except a bit more formal than that, because she's my mother and she's more proper than I am. And I was like, yes, if you can get that, like, in my head going, that's going to be really difficult. And then so she bought the wool, and then she bought the pattern. And then within a week, it's been a week, and she only knitted on like 2 or 3 nights. And it's done, and it's amazing. And I know I've gone on about this beanie for a long time, but it represents a whole lot more to me than just the beanie. You know, I love my mum, and she's my mum, but our relationship has been quite difficult at times. And I'm not going to go into why. I don't need to do that. But she's really stepped up to the plate over the last couple of months. And it just, I don't know, this beanie it's fantastic and I love it. It's easily like my most favorite piece of clothing right now, if you can call it clothing. So yeah, Mum, if you ever watch this, because I haven't told my parents about Flosstube or anything. Mum, if you ever watch this, thank you so much. And I have told her thank you in real life, so don't stress about that. I have told her thank you, but it's so fantastic. I love it. So I did receive another gift. So I had board game night last Friday night. And last Friday I recorded my 3rd episode and then my 4th episode back to back, because one was a proper Flosstube and then the other was just going through all of my mirrors that I don't have kitted up. And lo and behold, I've got more. So on the Friday at board game night, I did receive another gift, and it was from one of my best friends. I didn't actually ask if I could say her name, and I don't think she knows I do Flosstubes, so we'll see. Well, we won't see. I'm not going to say her name. Come on, Harriet. But her gift was this. So she is, and I don't know how to, that might be the best I can get it. But her gift was a framed picture of my name that she'd actually drawn. And all of these symbols represent something about me. So the horse, when I was younger, horses were very important to me. I owned a horse. Mum and I, it was one of our only activities that we did together. And Mum still owns horses. So then the A has a cat, and that should be obvious. I've got Nova. When I was living with my parents, we had Fathead and Mousy, and Agrippa before that. The R's are me reading, which I do love to read. Since discovering Flosstube, I haven't done it much. And then the I is Italy, with a Colosseum in it. And I love Italy, and I desperately want to go to the Colosseum. Before I got diagnosed, we were supposed to go to, my partner and I had a whole Europe trip planned. So it was going to be 6 weeks. We were going to go to England, which was consisting of Portsmouth and London. We were going to go to all the sites there, including Harry Potter World, Buckingham Palace, Kew Gardens. Like, we were going to... I've been to London before. I've been to England before, because my dad's from England and we went when I was little. But we were going to go back and we were going to do all the tourist things and then catch up with some of my dad's friends that I know. And then from there we were going to catch the train to Berlin and see my cousin who's living there. And then from there we were going to go to Prague and just have a couple of days in Prague. And then we were going to go to Vienna and go see, I think it's Schönbrunn Castle. I'm probably saying that really wrong, I'm sorry. But we were going to go there, we were going to, you know, see all the sights, walk around. And then from there we were going to go to Naples. And we were going to go to Pompeii. And Pompeii is on my bucket list. I find it fascinating, and if I ever get to go, I will be so excited and just so thrilled. And then and we were going to go to the Herculaneum. Is that right? Is that the other one? Pompeii, Herculaneum, yes. And then Vesuvius, and we were going to walk up Vesuvius. And then from there, we were going to go to Rome. And I booked almost everything I wanted to do in January. And then in April, I had to cancel it all. And I was so upset and so disappointed. But as part of us being in Rome, we had 8 days in London, and that was our longest stay. But then we had 7 days in Rome, and that was our second longest stay. And we were going to go to the Colosseum and do the underground tour and see where the gladiators ate and slept and trained and where they kept all the animals. And then we were going to walk out onto the grounds and just marvel in it, really. In the architecture, the history, everything. And that was going to be my birthday present to my partner. And yes, it was a present for me as well. But I think but now I have to wait. I hope I get there. I'm sure I will get there. We've got a couple of potential trips planned for next year if I'm well enough to do it. Basically, the doctors have said you can travel once you've got your immunisations again, because I'll need to get all my immunisations from when I was a baby again. But once you've got them, you can travel. You can go and, do your bucket list things, basically, which, oh, look, you can see me, which has become more and more important to me as time goes on. So next year, Dad and I are planning a trip to England, just the two of us, which we got past Mum only by saying that she could join us in Italy after we'd been to England. And then Mum doesn't like Dad and I doing stuff together on our own because we're so close, and up until this year Mum and I haven't been close at all. But yeah, Dad and I will go to England. He will be dragged to Harry Potter World. Sorry, Dad. And then we'll go to the Lake District and walk up the Old Man of Coniston again. And this time I won't need to be offered £20 to do it. I will actually do it myself because I'm interested in mountain climbing and hiking now. When I was 12, I wasn't. I hope you heard that. But then Mum and my partner will hopefully meet us in Italy, and we'll do all the stuff that we were supposed to do. Actually, this year, like right now we should be in, we should actually be in Rome right now. Yesterday would have been our Colosseum tour. No, not yesterday, Friday. Friday would have been our Colosseum tour. And on Tuesday, we would have started our flight home. See, I knew everything. I had it memorized and planned out to a T, and then that's been the hardest thing about being diagnosed and having all this treatment. It's been losing everything I was excited for and having that be potentially lost forever. And everyone, you've all been so nice and so kind, and you're all like, you're so positive and you're a positive influence, and you're so happy and your attitude's so great. Sometimes it's not. sometimes this is very hard, and I put on a very, brave's not the right word, but I put on a very positive outlook for these videos because I'm trying to be positive, and I can't let my fears and my doubts win, but I do have them, especially when I think back or when I recognize the date and I'm like, oh, we were supposed to do this on this date, and I'm like, next year or the year after. I have to do something about the work position first, because I won't be able to go back to where I was working, I don't think. The drive's just too much. We'd have to move, and it's too nice here to move just for work. Well, hopefully you guys don't mind me waffling on about everything. I go off on so many tangents, but it's kind of cathartic talking to you guys about it all. I think other Flosstubers feel the same way, really. We will get back to stitching stuff. Hopefully you guys don't mind. But the last thing, the E is obviously all stitching stuff. There's some needles, some scissors, some threads and a bobbin, and then the T is me lifting a barbell over my head, because I used to be really active, and I'm not so much anymore. I'll get back to it though, when I'm allowed. Kind of allowed now, but not really. There is a after transplant active program or something that I will be a part of, so that'll be good. Yeah. So they were my gifts, and I love each and every one of them. They all represent something special to me. Magda, thank you for thinking that I was special enough to give Fairy Moon to. I really appreciate that. And I really mean it. I'm looking forward to having stitching weekends with you. So, now I have some haul. Because that's not haul, that's gifts. 3 gifts, and they all mean a lot. They all mean a lot to me. My ability to talk is gone. This is a long one again. I'm going to speed up. So, mother-in-law is down. We've been spending a bit of time with each other, which is really good. I'm so lucky with my mother-in-law. She is amazing. She's fantastic. Yeah, I'm so lucky. We went to Spotlight and got... No, I have another gift. Well, it's kind of... So she made me some grime guards before we went and got fabric. So she's made all of the grime guards that I currently have. But she made me, that's the back, 2 of these blue grime guards to go around my 11 by 11 Q-snaps. And then she also made me a 6 by 6 Q-snap one, which I don't really like my 6 by 6 Q-snap. It's too little, but when I eventually do use it, that'll go on there. And then she made me a 17 by 11 one in the same material. I don't know how to show these off. Do you put them on your head or? No? No? But then we went to Spotlight and I bought some fabric and asked her if she could make me some grime guards out of them. And then with this fabric, I've got enough fabric in almost everything to then make project bags eventually when I start sewing. I will start sewing. Yeah, I have enough fabric to make project bags as well. But I have this gorgeous Winnie the Pooh one, and you can't see it properly there. So I prepared myself. And this is the Winnie the Pooh fabric. I can't see what you're seeing, so I hope you can see it. It's so cute. I can't wait to see the new Christopher Robin movie. It's going to be awesome. I do have some gold class tickets that I can use, but just kind of holding off at the moment. I got this Pokemon one, and this is an 11 by, I think this is an 11 by 17 one as well. So it's got Pikachu and Squirtle and Meowth and Charmander and Bulbasaur on it, and it's gorgeous and really just cutesy. So this is that fabric better. This is the fabric I have the least amount of, which is fine. I don't really want a project bag out of it. And if I do, I can just go back to Spotlight and get some. I have another Winnie the Pooh one in an 11 by 11. You can kind of see, I'm not showing these very well. Goodness, come on. And then I have an 11 by 11 dinosaurs. And thankfully, I have better fabric. So it's got Spinosaurus, T-Rex, whoops, Stegosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Pterodon, a couple of others. It's so cute. I love dinosaurs, if you hadn't noticed. I'm a real strange mix. Because on the one hand, there's Nora Corbett and Mirabilia patterns and fairies and ladies. And then there's dinosaurs. But dinosaurs are awesome, so, you know. And then there's an 8 by 8 in this dinosaur fabric as well, which I really enjoy. I really like that dinosaur fabric. And then, of course, you saw it on the big Q-Snap. I've got an 11 by 17 in this colour, in this colourway. I love him, he's so cute. The little brachiosaurs or brontosaurs, whichever one this is. They might be apatosaurs. They're so cute. And then I got some fabric just to make into project bags. I went a bit mental considering I don't yet sew properly. But had to get the Marauders matte fabric. I love it. It's so cool. I'll be making a project bag out of that as soon as I can. My mum has a sewing machine. So I'm gonna see if I can borrow that to sew them with, and then I'm going to ask my parents for a sewing machine for Christmas, because I'm still at the age where my parents get me Christmas presents. I get them Christmas presents too, so it's evens out. I got this paisley colorway. I love that. That's gorgeous. And then I also got this kind of thicker canvasy type material that I really love too. So yeah, stay tuned, because after Christmas I'm going to be a crafting, sewing, stitching, maybe knitting fiend. I did get only one Mirabilia pattern this week, and that is the Cottage Garden Fairy, who is lovely, and I really want to stitch her. She's really pretty. There is another one that I am contemplating getting right now, a lavender and lace, the Angel of Healing. I saw it on Stitcherista's tour of her finishes, of her cross stitch and diamond painting finishes, and someone else had stitched it for her and it looked amazing, and I was just like, I really want to stitch that. And then I looked to my left and went, you have a lot to stitch already. Calm your farm. But I have a feeling that in the future I will be stitching Angel of Healing. Might not be soon, but it definitely will be in the future. Yeah, basically. Then I just got 2 books, and going on the dinosaur theme, I got Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. You're not seeing that very well. And The Lost World by Michael Crichton. And from what I haven't read them yet, but from what I can tell, both books are very different to what happened in the film. Like very different. So I'm really interested in seeing how they turn out. Now, I think that's everything. Yeah, pretty sure that's everything. Let me just consult my notes. Oh, yeah. So my dad's just returned from a conference overseas. The conference was in Germany, but he spent time in England with his friends and his relatives from there. And he brought me back. Sorry, my partner gets on me about bought and brought because it's like the one grammar mistake I make all the time. But he brought me back this really cool, it's a keychain, but it's like a time turner keychain. So on one side it's got platform 9 3/4, and on the other side it's got the Hogwarts crest, which looks really amazing. That has been on my keys. So I think that's it. As always, well, not as always yet, because this is the 3rd time I've done it, but the 3 things I'm thankful for this week are my mum. She has been an absolute superstar this week, ferrying me around to appointments, taking me to the show, dealing with my brother while my dad's been away. She's been really good. Then the second is my dad getting home safely from, where was he last? England? I think he was in England. I'm so grateful that he's come home safe. I don't like flying. I'm a very nervous flyer, and then it translates into, I get worried when my dad is on a plane, because he's on a plane quite a lot of the time. So I am very thankful that he got home safely. And then my 3rd thing that I'm thankful for is being allowed to go on adventures. So because I am immunocompromised, my immune system is it's degraded because of the chemo, and it has taken a long time to actually get back to normal neutrophil level. I wasn't really allowed to do much, but this last week I've been out and about, not just to the hospital. I went to the Melbourne show. I got on a train for the first time in like 6 months to go and meet my new stitching friend. And then my partner and I went to Sovereign Hill yesterday before we watched the grand final, the football grand final, the AFL grand final. And I am so glad that I am actually able to be out and about and doing things. So they're my 3 things. Hopefully you guys have watched to the end. You guys are all superstars for doing so. Let me know how you found me in the comments below, please. I would really appreciate it. Alright, bye!